Mr. Franjinha. Honored to have you here. What an honor. One of the pioneers of just real jiu-jitsu, competitive jiu-jitsu. At one point, you're from Santa Barbara. Your Paragon started in Santa Barbara, California. At one point, you had one of the best jiu-jitsu in America and world too.
Yeah.
Out of your town, out of your school,
Yeah.
and all the years and all the tournaments. It's been such a pleasure to know you.
Yeah, thank you very much, man. Thank you.
Today.
Thank you for having me here in your podcast. It's gonna be a pleasure to tell you guys a little bit about the Paragon family,
Yeah.
And like you mentioned, we started back in Santa Barbara. It was 1998.
98. Wow.
Yeah, 98 when you started there, like a long time ago. And from there, I have a lot of guys coming from North California because I was pretty much the only one between LA to Santa Cruz when Claudio França was. So pretty much I start Santa Barbara in the Central Coast. There was nobody there, so that was kind of good time for me as well. So start guys from other towns, Santa Maria come training for me, São Luís Obispo, and the guys from Ventura start to go to Santa Barbara. And with the years these guys start for me like blue belt, like Chris Lovato, Mallory. That today they run the Paragon Slow, and they have today 5 schools up north. I mean, they're doing very good, and they start for me like a blue belt. I mean, Mallory was white belt, and they today they have their own school. So it's kind of cool to see the things growing. They people have their own academy right now. Like Lance, Corby. Corby started Santa Maria after Lance took over with John Letters, and they today just Lancy, but all these guys start from me, so it's kind of cool to see how these things grow and going. And you pay forward what they did for me, I'm doing for these guys now, so it's kind of cool. And today we have even Arizona and Texas, so it's kind of cool to see these guys growing.
It's amazing. I've always been such a good person. Everybody that knows you, like your students, so. Yeah.
Our first group was very strong. I have Tyrone Glover. That was very good wrestling. It was like 8, if I'm not wrong. He was top 8 in California back then.
The state placer in California, which is one of the hardest states to wrestle.
Yeah, we have a Dan Benchaya. There was my third black belt. He went to Brazil, I think 2001, if I'm not wrong. He got the world championship there as a blue belt. So it was pretty cool to see these guys come from a small town. I mean, that we I think that's helped us to be in small school. We get this brotherhood together. It was like 1,000 square footage. We killing each other there. Everybody kind of young, push each other. Doing the conditioning outside the school. So used to training. The kids will go to school after you go back again. You do conditioning. So everybody want to push each other. And pretty much Tyrone was a little bit older than Jeff, so could help Jeff in takedowns, techniques. I mean, myself too. So it's kind of cool.
Could you had mentioned before about just how you came to the U.S.
Yeah, I came as a tourist visa. So back then it was a little bit more hard than today. I think a lot of people today, they're very very lucky, not lucky, but just like the way the sport involved me. So today a lot of
people know what jiu-jitsu is, right?
It's more popular. I know people know it's a business that if you open and you organize well, it can be profitable. So today a lot of guys come as a black belt. They have their own school right away. But at my time, I did not speak no English. I was zero English. I just has the dream to. I was even dream to stay here. To be honest with you, I came to just stay 6 months, learn a little bit of the language, and come back. But as I come as a tourist visa, I have a couple of friends teaching in Santa Barbara. They just start a little community place there. And I came for fight the Pan American in 96. That was in LA. So I fought the first Pan American when they moved, I think, from Florida to California. They did the first Pan Ams here. So I fought the tournament. I was just my first black belt. Imagine I had Saulo Roleta in my vision.
Yeah.
So I got
that was the one I went to. The 96,
I got spanked. I got my 3rd place, but I was happy to share the match with these legends. And it was my first black belt tournament. So I came to fight the tournament. I met my friends in Santa Barbara. Really liked the city. I was thinking about just take a little break. So I went back to Brazil. Told my wife, "Hey, let's go. Do you want to take a little vacation, go there, stay for 6 months? At least we're going to learn some English, come back, and that's going to help us here too." And so we did. So I came here. And we started to sell everything in Brazil. I rent my house. And the last month before we come, she told me, "Oh, I got pregnant." I said, oh shit. So what you want to do? Want to quit everything, stay here? You want to go? I said, no, let's go. Okay. So I come with my first
family warriors.
Yeah,
mindset.
I come with my first, my son in her belly, so you can have the baby here, everything here. So I'm very grateful to America to that. I think it's an amazing country, all the policies like luckily I'm successful. I pay my tax, but I pay very happy because I really believe the system is working on me when you do everything legally, and I think that's very important to me. Although a lot of people sometimes they blame, this thing, but I really love the American system because I came here, I didn't have anything, I have my kids for free. I have like a dinner when my kid born me. I have my kid in the college hospital. That's a very high level hospital to me. So everything through the medical because he was American. So I really today, when I write that check for like me, $50,000, I kind of hurts a little bit, but I said, you know what? I think like someone is going to get benefit for that. I just believe in that. So I'm very thankful to America to have my 3 kids here. And today I'm glad to have an association that pretty much our American guys own the Paragon schools, that can pay forward to the country, So today we have, like I said, we have guys in Arizona, Manny, Philip, all the association.
American dream, right?
Yeah, the American dream. And believe in the system. Believe don't take advantage. Don't come here to just pocket get out. I think a lot of people do that. Even like I know, unfortunately, I know some American people that sometimes say, oh, they get married but don't get married in the paper because they're gonna have benefit for the state to have houses. If they're not, it's just like this thing that we know happened to me. That don't come today in the podcast, but it's sad to see, But I really love America, I love the system, I love this country, and I'm happy today to be able to help the jiu-jitsu to grow here,
What were some of the hard times you went through? Because you said you didn't speak English when you first came here.
Yeah, I didn't speak English. I was just sitting in the chair. My friend used to speak a little bit, so just watching him talk and just what did he say, right? And just like start learning, go to the school. And I have some Brazilian friend that has a business, so he was helping me he was doing moving company, so I was working for him when I could, like helping to do the moving, And after that, I got my work visa. So I started working like in the pizza. I delivered pizza for 3 years. Rust
Before
pizza.
you're able to make the
I have the academy. It was kind of parallel, because I have the academy. Michael Florim was my godfather here, He helped me because I have my tourist visa, right? So I did 6 months. I could extend for another 6 months. And after that, I could extend for another 3 months. So pretty much I have 15 months here that I could be here as a tourist. That I was doing this side, this is just like I was a kind of volunteer jiu-jitsu, like a donation thing, because I could not work, right? So I just told the guys, they're going to teach you guys. You guys can donate from me. Anything you guys can help me. And luckily, I have money that I brought from Brazil that I could support myself. My house was rent in Brazil. The dollar was very strong, 1-to-1. So I could pay my rent here, but of course, the contribution they give to me helped me a lot. And after that, I started to work with my friend Bob, and he was kind of helping me a little bit too. And everything started to getting, But I don't want to be illegal, so when my visa was going to expire, my tourist visa was going to expire, I put all the students together, say, look, guys, they're going to be leaving, okay? So I'm going to need to go back to Brazil, and Michael, and Mike Florim, Mike Florim, he told me, man, I really love jiu-jitsu, I'd like to know how I could help you to stay. And I told him, I'm not sure, we can go talk to a lawyer, So he went to talk to the lawyer, and the lawyer mentioned to us, look, if you open a school, you can open a business, you can hire him to be your instructor, so we can give him a work visa. So I got the P1, that was the athlete visa, that I could competing.
Special ability.
Yeah, competing for the academy, and at the same time I could work and making money in prizes, So I got the visa, and he helped me to get the visa, everything. He got the loan to open the school, everything, So, but jiu-jitsu back then wasn't popular, right? So it took a while to the academy catch up. So the next 2 years, the academy was on the red. Of course, I did a lot of mistakes as being the first business, A lot of different investment. They should not be doing that back then.
But it was a different time.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. And so we lost some money, but but I told him, look, the money you're gonna get the bank, you're gonna be just pretty much to help the academy to get established and pay the rent. The money I make on the pizza, I don't need to give me a salary. So I was pretty much don't get salary for the school. So I used to go in the morning, work the school the afternoon, try and teach the kids class, adult classes, finish the school by 8:30, get my car, go to the pizza, do the pizza from 10 to 2 in the morning, close the pizza, go back home, take a shower, sleep by 2:33, wake up again at 9, you know what I mean, 10, go teach again. So that was my life for 3 years until the school started to catch up.
So it took you 3 years before it
2 years,
started
2 years,
okay.
2 years in that rush to take the camera off the rat and be able to come to the pizza and tell the guy, hey, look, I'm quit now, and just be able to leave it just for the jiu-jitsu. No? So that was probably 2001, 2002. So I kind of focused 100% on jiu-jitsu.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, not funny, but it's cool. Like, I'm proud that, like, Mike Farimbi, he lived in Santa Fe, New Mexico, my hometown, and he was friends with Arlen Sanford and the Dog Brother thing. And so he found jiu-jitsu in Santa Barbara out of all the places, right? Because, come on, it's like, it was in LA, right? With the Gracies and stuff. But they found, like, he's like, oh, I remember him telling him, Arlen, about you.
Yeah, I think he trained a little bit. He went to go a couple of the Gracie seminars and everything. But because I was close to him, that he didn't find me. And I think he mentioned that you too, because they are doing the Kali stick fight now.
The Dog Brother,
the Dog Brother fight.
Yeah.
So
we did some jiu-jitsu on the mat when I was in town, and
so they used to go for these crazy tournaments in LA. They used to do in the park. We used to put Mark, the big
Mark
Dog
Denny,
Brothers. I used to put there in LA and invite all the Kali stick fight guys, and they just hit each other like crazy, in these pads and.
All they had was a fencing mask.
Yeah, people crank their head because the mask fall, they got still hitting, So there, Mike come to me and say, hey, man, this Mark guy, he's take the fight to the ground and mauling people to the ground. Because I think Mark started training with Machado. So he started to learn jiu-jitsu.
Beat everybody with jiu-jitsu.
Beat everybody with jiu-jitsu, take the people down and just hum with the stick, So Mike said, man, I need to learn this. So trying to make this guy at least a fair fight. So we started training together, and they went back training. The fights started getting more intense, But I told him, man, how you do these things? You're crazy, man. Just go here, try to hit each other with the stick. And sometimes get hurt, bruise everywhere. I say, oh, but it's cool, it's fun. You should try. I'm okay with that.
I'll skip it.
If I cannot just take down and maintain down, but it's fine.
Yeah.
So, but it was cool, And he mentioned to me that he met you there in the New Mexico when he went there to visit Alan. So it's cool, man.
Yeah.
Good times.
Well, a nice connection, even on those days, because the early days, right? The 90s, 1990s.
Yeah, that was pretty much like in 97 to 98, like close to.
I remember 2000. He introduced me to Jeff Glover.
Yeah.
He had to be pretty young, like, I don't know, 14, something like that. He's like, it's Jeff. And he was just, you could see, he's there at the gym all day, every day.
It's a little guy. Yeah. Go train this little guy. Yeah, Jeff was the big Paragon name, like him, Tyrone, Adano, and all the first generation guys that make a little boom on the market. Like I remember in the forums, on the internet, like in the guard.
Those were the forums. That's how everybody
some
communicated
crazy forums,
before social media. That's how they
exactly. Some of the crazy. I think it was in
forums,
the guard. The name was in the guard. One has another one. I forgot the name. The other one. Back in the day.
NHB forum.
Yeah. I think so. Like. Everybody used to talk about, who's the best jiu-jitsu players. Everybody used to mention, Lovato, Jeff, and Bill, the three best American players are down right now. Because they're the most ones that has the big name. The Americans start competing against the Brazilians. Back then, start making waves. Lovato was the best one because he used to go to Brazil at the time. Won one national tournament there. So. Everything started like with Rico. I don't know if you remember Rico Rodriguez.
Yeah.
And they went first in Brazil, BJ Penn. When BJ Penn went, the first time the Americans started hitting.
Yeah.
And also Seth Woodwell. I don't know if you remember the big guy from Santa Barbara too. He's the one who actually introduced me to Paul Walker. Seth Woodwell and Rico Rodriguez, these two monster blue belts. They went to Brazil and they won the World Tournament there. And started all the Americans.
That was the beginning,
Yeah, all the Americans started to, I want to go to Brazil too, win there, everything, So it was cool to have two of my guys always mentioned. So it was very proud time for us to have, considered to have the best three. So it was pretty cool time.
Yeah. I think people don't realize how good Tyrone Glover was. I've seen him beat everybody.
Yeah.
For all the top jiu-jitsu Brazilian. I know you don't want to even say the names, but I saw, you know, so I was just like I saw him like tap out like all these top Brazilian guys, black belts when he wasn't even a black belt yet.
Yeah.
And like Eddie Bravo, everybody.
Yeah.
Maybe everybody that was in.
Yeah, he had a great match with Eddie Bravo and also the other tough ones like Daniel Camarillo. Like some good bros with Daniel. Daniel's an amazing fighter as well. Eddie Bravo, everybody knows, of course, like amazing fighter. So it was cool to see these guys like going head to head and do good. Tyrone, like, he was an amazing guy. He could go, I think, like, he would be probably one of the best fighter I have so far. But unfortunately,
he was your first black belt, right?
He was my first black belt, yeah. And he just to hit that level that you need to decide, okay, what are you gonna do in your life? You're gonna be a professional fighter, or you're gonna go to like a really higher educational. And his family was very conservative family. You know, his dad is a doctor, and so he told him, yeah, man, I think this fight's not gonna take you nowhere. You know what I mean? But Tyrone was like, 7-0 MMA, fighting Pride, like beating Jim Thomas on Pride. You know what I mean? He's the guy who introduced Uriah Faber to MMA. I mean, I remember to be Tyrone one tournament back in the north in the India reservation. I forget the name of the tournament now, but was up north. They have this on the India reservation there, the tournament there. And he called Uriah and said, hey, man, someone back up. I think it was 125, I think. And he called Uriah. Uriah said, okay, I'm be there like in 2 hours. So Uriah came and started fight there. I mean, so Tyrone was amazing. I mean, 7-0 at MMA. Like
everything he did, right?
Yeah,
it does. Yeah, I remember because my friend Amal Easton.
Yeah,
he was training there during law school.
Yeah. So he went and I just sent him to Amal, and it's cool to see he's doing well today now at the law, no?
Yeah.
And Adam Benchaya was my third black belt too. He went to Brazil, won the world tournament as well there too.
Who was that?
His name is Adam Benchaya.
Yeah.
He's a PhD guy now too, and he could be along the monster, but unfortunately, some guys need to decide which way they want to go. But he's still a monster on the mat. Like, he's still crazy.
You have so many like.
Yeah. He went to training for Jacaré in Atlanta, went to school, and Jacaré called me, man, what the hell this guy here, man? He's a monster. I said, yeah, he's strong as hell, technical, and good game, you know what I mean? And he was a very good wrestler as well. So that helped us a lot to have Tyrone as a good wrestler, have Adam, and after have Bill and Jeff, like pure like guys that never do anything, just start to come, and start to learn. So they have myself in Jiu-Jitsu, they have Tyrone, they have Adam, and the other guys that used to push them to become a very good fighters. I mean, so they have these big brothers to look for them and teach them. I mean, and after the academy, they used to go home, watch DVDs, watch videos. I mean, YouTube channels, start to practice in their couch. You know what I mean? So they develop pretty fast and they develop their own game, become very good.
You'd bring out, like, I remember you brought out like Jean Malone. Jean Malone was in Santa Barbara. I was like, well, like he was doing deep half, like, and that's like Jeff Glover, like. But you brought in these guys too.
Yeah, Jean Malone came and spent some time with us, and he introduced us to the half guard. And back then, I have a little knee, I have my knee issue, and I need to have a knee surgery after. So it was a very good for me game to develop as well, because I could not work my close guard anymore. So I started to let people jump in one leg and start to play the half guard on the other side. And from there, we start to play all the games that I used to do. He came when he fought Margarita. He was on the Hickson Grace Cup.
He
beat Margarita. That was pretty crazy. People say Margarita was the top.
He was weight and open weight, tapping everybody.
Yeah. He was tapping Saulo Ribeiro. I think he beat, if I'm not wrong, I think he beat Saulo, Fabio on the 2001 on the World Tournament. So he was a big name. I think he thought you're gonna smoke Jamelon. Jamelon come like, oh, okay, man, let's go fight. And Jamelon was kind of that guy that come to the tournament. He just like. Take off. I mean, he liked the environment. He liked the environment. He liked the pressure. He liked the atmosphere. I mean, he just grew. I mean, and if I'm not wrong, I think he got 6-2 that match, sweeping Margarita 3 times in the half guard.
Yeah, deep half swept him. And he didn't know what it was.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Yeah, I mean, Margarita was so mad. And John Mellon, just have a hot dog. I just wake up, have a hot dog, and come to fight you, man. So it was pretty cool.
So you're originally from, because you had mentioned earlier as well, that your family's from like Belo Horizonte, BH, right? But you grew up in Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah, my parents they're called Mineiros, no? They come from BH and Belo Horizonte, like a state, like a central state in Brazil, like mountains, So they grew up there. My mom and dad from there. So my daddy went to work in Rio. So after do some jobs on the suburbans, the Belo Horizonte, they moved into Rio, and that's when I born. But my brother and my sister, they coming from Minas as well. And so they're good people, no, very friendly people. Yeah. And you have the pleasure to be there, no, if you're Colina when he moved to there, and you know how they're kind of, the Mineiros are, no, they're very family, they're very welcome people, they're very give people, no, they
hospitality, right?
Yeah, you come home and they don't want to let you go. Hey, stay here, let's go have a dinner, let's go do this, let's go do that, let's go now have a little cachaça, and let's go do this. And when you see you sleep over, you know. So they're kind of the people. No?
So how did you start jiu-jitsu? How did you find jiu-jitsu?
I was young, like I started like late, like 19. So I was involved in sport. You know, I used to do like soccer on the beach, you know, and I started doing like on Muay Thai, and I kind of started doing a little bit of box. So I was doing 6 months box, you know, close to my home. And I have a friend of mine, André Laporte, that he was training at Jacaré. And he was a blue belt in Jacaré, I think I'm not wrong. So he invited me, say, hey, you want to check out my school, the training I'm doing? I said, yeah, let's go do there. So he took me to a class, and I got hooked right away. Like I did the first class. Oh, that's cool, man. So I like the environment. The academy was in Ipanema. It used to be the Carinhoso, you know, was the second floor. Like these, like probably 1,200 square footage, like a window, getting out fog, you know. People train like crazy. And
different time, right?
Yeah, and back then was Jacaré, the only black belt. No, has Fabio, Traven, all the guys, all the guys brown belt, no, and Telo was purple belt, Pack, all the old school guys from there, you know, that was training there.
Leo Vieira was
Vieira was yellow belt. I mean, like his brother was yellow belt, and Leozinho was like probably like a kid, I think 12 years old back then, you know. So Leozinho, Leandrinho, like all his brothers, you know, and yeah, so it was fun, man. Cumprido started like a little bit after, and so I gave Cumprido first class, and I don't even know that one time he came in here. He has a magazine that he was the cover.
When he won the open weight, that one where he won the open weight, the absolute.
No, he came in at I think I'm not sure when it was the. I'm not sure if that cover was for the World Tournament that he won the World, or was from when him Leozinho came in for North Carolina. Okay. Nogi and they both won. There was a prize in money. I think I'm not sure if it was 5 grappling. Was it some tournament in North Carolina? They won to Nogi.
Back in the day, in the early days,
both guys come. But I think it was because it was a gi cover. I think it was when he won the World Tournament. And he has the cover thing from the Gracie mag. And he write to me, or to my first coach. I said, really? I was my first coach? I said, yeah. And he told me, yeah, you the guy give me my first class in Jacaré. I said, oh, that's sick, man. That's cool. So I don't even remember that.
What a history of Jacaré school.
Yeah, so he signed the cover for me, you know. And so it was great times, like to have the opportunity Jacaré gave me to teach it for him, you know, and to help him in the kids program and have the chance to see all these kids coming up and help it then there, be a little bit like the mentor, you know, to help it then to grow, you know.
Yeah, you had mentioned too. Like we were just talking about how paying it forward, right? Like you know, like your parents kind of separating, and then you were unable to train. And Jacques like it's like, no, what are you doing? Don't stop.
Yeah. Like my parents went through a divorce. I was 15, you know, so I kind of teenage, you know, I started having that hard time, you know. And I think for my dad, that relationship fighting, you know, don't want to give the money to the ex-wife, you know, so he kind of cut our they tried to support the more he could. I mean, I know he could help me if I go to him, asking him possibly he would do it, but I did not ask as well, you know. And like I went to Jacaré, unfortunately, that's what happened, you know. I think I need to stop training. And that's the time he told me, look, man, I don't want to stop just because of the money, so what can you do for me, you know what I mean? Or how you think can help the school to grow, you know? So I told him, man, anything you think I can help you, you know, I would be glad to change the membership, you know what I mean? So that's why you kind of agree, you know. I was to helping in the kids program. I start to helping teach the kids, or I'll say, cool, first class, or also you need the help, you know, clean the academy, clean the toilet, anything like, hey, man, Franjinha, oh, I'm here. So I think that's like that's the real thing that make me love jiu-jitsu, making me see his lifestyle, you know. I see the way he used to teaching people, the way he used to help people to grow, you know what I mean, to have their own job, you know. Guys from the neighborhood that was involved in drugs, like get out the drugs because they are training, you know, all these things that we know the benefit jiu-jitsu does to people, you know. That's really attracted me to the side. I mean, at that time I was 19, I was doing like an engineer, mechanic. That's the time I said, you know what, I don't think I'm going to be an engineer. I think I'm going to be a jiu-jitsu instructor. So I went home and talked to my mom, and my mom said, what? Are you crazy? This is just like a hobby, you know? This is not going to make you nowhere. That's not going to give you no money. And I told her, Mom, man, that's what I love to do. That's the thing I think I can make it, you know? So it was that little kind of hard time I think everybody go through, you know? That you need to decide what you want to do in your life.
Especially in those days, right?
Yeah.
There's no future. You can
Yeah,
see.
you never know. I mean, you never know if you're gonna be a good. I have teenager kids today, and I ask them what you want to do. And I remember being 17. People used to come to me, hey, what are you gonna do for the rest of your life? I said, I don't even know. What I mean, I'm just come off from high school. I mean, my life is get out of school, go home, have my lunch there, and sit down, go play football. So I don't know what I'm gonna do the rest of my life. I mean, so it's a very hard time that you go through. There, a lot of pressure, you know? So luckily, I think it relate me. I think I kind of, luckily I find it early, 19, you're not old, no? So I kind of decide to do it, and that's when I kind of embrace.
You fell in love, you followed your passion.
Yeah, I followed my passion, I love, and I said, you know what, I can do physical education. So I have the Jacare as my mentor, see how he treat people, see the respect he's getting from people, see the way he could benefit people from, make jiu-jitsu benefit people, and how he could make people's lives better, and that's really attracted me well. At the same time, he was making his money, he was a millionaire, but he's happy, He go to Arpoador, do his swimming, do his weightlifting that he liked today, even today he's still doing, So I said, man, that's the lifestyle you want to do. I mean, and luckily life was very good for him as well. Today they have one of the best team in the world, and he's deserved that. So I think everybody he bound for him and be very glad. What he achieved today, what Fabio he achieved today, we're very proud of them. At least I am proud of them, and I'm very happy for what they achieved.
Yeah, it's crazy to see all the kids grow up and see how the whole score. Did you ever think that the jiu-jitsu was going to get as big as it got?
No, and really I don't even know I would be making my life the way I make today through jiu-jitsu. I think I got lucky to be the right person, the right time. Get a profession that you can kind of embrace. And luckily, I think I tell people about that. It's crazy if you think about jiu-jitsu. When you learn jiu-jitsu today, it's opened the doors for you worldwide. It's a certificate that you can have it. I don't even say certificate. If you have a black belt and you're competing in world tournaments, even not jiu-jitsu, you can even say no-gi today, right? No-gi today. If you're a no-gi player today and you're beating, Gordon Ryan today, you're going to be worldwide recognized. So anyone that beat the big names or participate in the big tournaments, you don't need to be a Gordon Ryan. Just an example I gave you. But if you be recognized as a great grappler, a great fighter, you can go anywhere in the world. You can have your school, you can teach in, So if you think about financially, that you put the money you put in, that you're taking, that you can be successful if you like to do that. You can have your school anywhere in the world.
Yeah, you can take the skill set anywhere in the world, Africa, wherever. As long as
a lawyer cannot come from Brazil and do law here. A doctor cannot come from Brazil and make medicine here if you don't have very well organized. They need to have his certificating, authorized by other organizations here. It's very hard. It's not easy, And also the people are going to say, he's taking the other person's job here, so he cannot come here now because he's going to be taking American job. I think jiu-jitsu is going to hit a level that right now I think it's getting harder, because a lot of American players start having their own job too. So I think the immigration is going to start to make it possible a little hard for that because they're going to say, no, the Americans need to take the black belt. So the Americans don't need to have their own school. They have Brazilians have their own school here. So I can see that going a little bit more. They start to kind of squeeze a little bit more that window, But if you are organized, you're always going to have the doors open for you anywhere.
Yeah, if you do well, right?
Yeah,
You're accomplished.
Yeah.
We had talked earlier about the 90s, the 90s, the time, and jiu-jitsu had a bad reputation.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu isn't violence, it's sports.
Let the cops coming on. The cops come arrest us. Yeah.
And the time, right? The 80s, right? The 80s, it was there weren't that many tournaments, right? And how it made its reputation of this works.
Yeah, I would say I'm probably the third generation jiu-jitsu, I would say, because if you see the first generation where it was Harler, I'm sorry, I mean, the big guys, Jacare, you know, all these guys, Hickson, I mean, that was the first big boom besides, of course, Ellie Grace, all the old guys, you know, all the red belts today. So I think we're like lucky to be, I think, like fourth, fifth generation Jiu-Jitsu, I think.
Yeah.
Because I started generation, I mean, Fabio was brown belt. I mean, so he's my first generation after Jacare. So we're pretty close to the lineage, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That we help to pave everything, you know, and you all see history about how Gracie fight on the streets, I mean, get a little the reputation for Jiu-Jitsu, his brother Hanzo, you know, all the other guys fighting, you know, if everybody there getting blamed, you know, I have like a guy dying in Leblon, Roberto, he used to be a kickboxing instructor. The time he got murdered in this bar because they argued, they shot him, this guy shot him, they posted the next day in the newspaper that he was a black belt in Jiu-Jitsu, and he was a black belt in kickboxing, I mean, so I don't know why the media trying to blame us. I mean, I think like probably like some like higher guy from the media that got beat up by Jiu-Jitsu and want to kind of put us down. I mean, so all the media was kind of against Jiu-Jitsu. Say, oh, these are pitch boys. Every fight was pitch boys again. Pitch boys, like you find this bar, be careful the pitch boys. I mean, so a lot of guys that like in my generation, I mean, we decided to kind of come to America because it's a good opportunity. You know, was like more like I always say easy, but like a window that you could like benefit. I mean, in Brazil, I was kind of has the economic situation not too great. I mean, it's hard. I mean, it's hard to make the living there, you know. So
yeah.
So trying different things.
Yeah, opportunities, land of opportunity, right? Just all the corruption, a lot of issues.
Yeah,
in
it's
Brazil,
tough.
The crime, right? The violence, right?
I mean, I was lucky. Now I was working. I got lucky. I started with Jacare, but I ended working with Fabio in São Paulo for a long time. You know,
okay.
so I got like I mean, when Fabio went to São Paulo, I mean, it was like the beginners in São Paulo as well. Marcelo Bering, you know, the old Marcelo Bering. He pretty much invited Fabio to go to São Paulo. You know? So Fabio was if I'm not wrong, I think he was just got his black belt. And he went to São Paulo and he started teaching there, right? That was like around 92, 93. So he started teaching São Paulo, and Ratinho, the one that just passed away not too long ago, he went to teach with Fabio in São Paulo. So he didn't like there. He thought it was too cold, too crazy. You know? So he went back to Rio, right? And Fabio went to fight a tournament, if I'm not wrong, I think in Europe. He fought this kind of like a jiu-jitsu tournament. That was like a fight they start stand up, kind of karate boxing. And once you touch the gi, become a judo. And once you go to the ground, have like 30 seconds to try and submit the guy. The others go back again, stand up. So he was fighting that tournament. If I'm not wrong, I think he was fighting Renko Pardal. Like, remember they went to fight UFC? I'm not sure if it was for him. But anyway, in one of his fights, he broke his leg. So he broke his leg really bad, both bones in the leg. So he need to have that kind of cage in the leg, you know. And so he was out for almost like a year, you know. So he called Jacare and said, man, please, I need someone to help me here because my leg's messed up. I cannot teaching. So at that time, like I was blue belt, not blue to purple. That was my dad passed away, and then my stepdad passed away like 45 days after. So all my house like collapsed. You know, my both pillars like passed away, one close to the other, you know. So I said, man, I need to change my life. It's hard, you know. So that's when I decided to go to São Paulo. So I told Jacare, look, I go help Fabio. So I went to help Fabio pretty much blue to purple. So I moved to São Paulo, started living with Fabio there. So helping him being his right arm there, you know, helping him to do the classes, everything. So Fabio started to grow, opening your school, you know, and becoming today what it is today there, you know. So so after that, that's when I kind of come to the United States. I mean, but like that was I'm sorry, I lost it a little bit.
That's okay. Yeah,
I was talking about like the change, right?
The way you coming, it's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay. My mind started to think about the Alexandre Paiva.
Yeah.
How was he? What was the
like Alexandre with Fabio? That was the first generation. The black belts from Jacare was Alexandre, Fabio,
Roberto
Travin, Leonardo Castelo Branco coming training first a little bit after too. He was Pinduca, but he coming training first a little bit too. So that was the first guys from the brown belts to black belts from Jacare. So that's why they become kind of the founders, because they pretty much were the first Jacare black belt team. Yeah. So Alexandre Paiva is fun because Alexandre Paiva was kind of my godfather on the mat. So Fabio used to help a lot of Ratinho. I was more close to Fabio. And I was actually more close to Alexandre first, because we always have the kind of, Jacare always told us, one high belt adopt one white belt. So Alexandre used to teach me a lot on the side of me. And sometimes they put us to fight as a white belt, blue belts together. Say, hey, my dog is going to be your dog. So it's kind of a little bit kind of that kind of friend, like atmosphere, one high belt, adopt one white belt to help each other, you know. So it's kind of the little brother, you know. So Alexandre showed me a lot of the side control attacks, the pressure. That's I do very well. He does very well as well. Yeah. So we used to play like my daddy on the mat.
And then, like Ted, he would train with Alexandre Pai, right? He started with
when like they start to outgrow, you know, when Alexandre kind of got his black belt, you know, everybody want to start thinking about their own academy, you know. So Alexandre opened one school. Actually, was very close to Jacaré. Jacaré kind of was kind of, I don't know, but it's okay. But Jacaré was always, man, I don't care. I mean, so Alexandre opened academy, it's very close to Jacaré. And after open one in Leblon, so they start training Ferrin, you know, and become like one of the best guys for Alexandria. And after they decide, Fabio and Jacaré merged together and they opened the Master. That was the Master Jiu-Jitsu. That was Fabio. That was his academy, Jacaré. They grow that. And the alliance becoming after with, I think back then was, if I'm not wrong, I think it was 5 or 6 founders was Jacaré, Fábio, Gigi, Castelo Branco, Vini, Magrão, Fábio's brother. They kind of have these founders, like the guys, the most high belt guys. And they found the alliance, and after becoming just more Jacaré, Alexandre, and Fábio, that put the alliance today. You know, they kind of continues going.
I would just learn all the stuff from the Gracie magazines,
it's fun.
Magazines, you know, and I would just see Fábio Gugel, of course, Jacaré, but the master, you know, the ball. But Fábio Gugel and Alexandre Pai, those three were the main. Castelo Branco too, I would guess I would see, but I wasn't sure if he was part of that.
He original when they have the alliance, it was kind of the union, all these academies together. You know, I think Castelo Branco brought his academy, if I'm not wrong. I think it was Castelo, Vini, Fábio, Gigi, and Jacaré. It was the 5 big academies together. They get all the guys together from competing, you know, cross training, everything like that. And after Fábio, they separate a little bit again, and Fábio stay with Jacaré always forever. Yeah. And Alexandre come back again. They all 3 open the alliance. So become the alliance where it is today. You know? Yeah. It's fun if you see today, man. It's crazy, you know, the alliance. See the lineage. I mean, like check Mats from alliance. I mean, all these other academies. I mean, 9, 30, even Atos have guys from alliance as well. So it's cool to see that side of Jacaré and lineage. I mean, it's very strong. I mean. Yeah, so Leozinho, all these guys just training fairs. I mean, it's like all this alliance. I mean, like it's Jacaré, no? It's like you see the seeds, Jacaré seeds. I mean,
even like Holtz Gracie, right? Like Carlos Gracie Jr. and Jacaré were his black belts, right?
Yeah, if I'm not wrong, I think Jacaré was the last black belt from Holtz Gracie before he passed away. He was the last guy to get a black belt, if I'm not wrong.
Wow.
Before he passed.
Like the modern jiu-jitsu wing, if it was the UFC Hall of Fame, Jiu-Jitsu Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah, it's cool history, you know, to see all this, I mean, where I come from, and these guys today, you know, like what they're doing, you know, like right now, I think 14 times world champions. I mean, like it's rebuild again, you know, and have guys separate, go away, and rebuild again. You know, I even have one time there, I put my academy together with Jacaré, you know, because it was the time they split, and when Leozinho left, all these guys left, you know. And I started to put like Tyrone, like Jeff, fight from Alliance, Bill fought from Alliance, and when Bill got second place, the world champion, he was Alliance. When he closed Serginho, was Bill Serginho, you know. So that's the time I always talk to Jacaré and say, look, no, man, I have a couple of guys here that probably can help this school, you know, and I mean, that's my lineage, you know, that's my tree, you know, so it's going to be a pleasure to help, you know. So we start to put the team together again. And it did for a couple of years there, but after like some of my guys, I mean, because the big tournaments, some of my guys need to fight the guys that put for Team A for Alliance. So some of my guys need to fight my other guys. I mean, so like that's when the guys, man, we're Paragon. I mean, we like you. I mean, you're the lineage Alliance, everything, but we don't want to pay $300, $1,000 to compete against another Paragon guy the first round. I mean, so that's why I told Jacaré, unfortunately, you need to pull my team out. I mean, just even if I don't place, I don't care. I mean, I just want of my guys be able to enjoy and have fun. I mean, so that's why I kind of need to pull Paragon out alliance again.
Yeah. Coming out to the America side, right?
Yeah.
You came here, you started your school. you did your was it easy? Was it easy path to have your school? You were mentioning that you had to do like other jobs, to for years, right? Until you could make it, you know?
Yeah.
What were some of the other challenges in the early years of jiu-jitsu in America?
It wasn't like a lot of tournaments like today, you know, so we need to have a lot of more advertising, you know, put flyers everywhere because people doesn't know too much what it is.
Yeah,
I mean, people say, oh, you do karate, yeah? You do karate. No, it's not karate. It's something a little bit different. Come by, check it out, no. But what's that, no? I didn't get a lot of like challenging people coming to school, stuff like that. I think I don't know if I come a little bit later for that challenge, you know. I mean, probably have some Western guys come, but nothing too crazy. People walk my door and challenge me for full fight, like a fist fight. I mean, I didn't have that in my school, but it was a lot of good cross training. You know, one thing I faced that was fun, like I have like we're from 805 area code, right? So I have Chuck Liddell coming to my school in the early days. I mean, like even before he fought Pelé and all these guys. So I started training him, you know, he started cross training. So he had school in slow. So I used to go there training for him. There guys like Scott Adams, Jeremiah, all the guys there for him, you know, the McGee guy, the big monster, you know. They always have these big guys like 6'3", 6'4", like say, man, what these guys here in São Luís Obispo drinking? Because man, all this big monster here. Chuck,
country boys.
To have an idea, Chuck was the smallest one. It was already 200, you know. So like it was cool training, you know, cool time. But unfortunately, you still have that time, that little bit, jiu-jitsu against other martial arts, no? So Chuck asked me.
That was the time, right, to show jiu-jitsu worked, right? That's how it got so popular.
So Chuck was coming to train for me. He kind of, they pretty much told me, hey, I was a little bit broken English, you know, but I understand that when I trained it then, but I said, man, I don't know. I was watching Joe Moreira getting mauled, you know, by people because Joe Moreira started training Marco Ruas, you know, and he was getting mauled by the jiu-jitsu community, you know. Oh, man, you're training the guys for big jiu-jitsu, you know. So I kind of told Chuck, man, I don't know if I can train you. You know? I mean, I can train with you, but I don't want to go there if you appear there because my community is going to kill me. You know? So it was fun because
against jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I know he
trade
come,
against
you know,
jiu-jitsu.
but it is the open mind, you know, that we talk a little bit. I kind of regret a little bit like that because I was training me. It's still like helping him a little bit because he want to come to me and say, hey, man, how jiu-jitsu guys going to attack me? What I need to do? I mean, how are you going to protect that? I mean, so of course I was learn from him too. You know what I mean, so I want to change your knowledge, you know, because I know he was an amazing fighter, you know, and he loves, so I know that guy going to go far. I mean, he wasn't just doing it for the money, you know. So it was cool to see that. I mean, but I told him, look, unfortunately, I don't want to link my name to him because they're going to kill me if I do that. I mean, because he fought Murilo Bustamante, that was a good friend of mine as well. I mean, I said, man, how are you going to go up there, coach you against me? I don't know. Like, if today I would possibly be more open minded. I think it's the sport. I mean, everybody professional today, and I mean, I think it's happening, you know. But at the time, I got a little scared. I said, I don't know, man, if I can do that. So.
Yeah, like I remember at a Faber Gurgel, I spoke to Mark Kerr, and he's telling me his time in Brazil when he fought the Valutudo.
Yeah.
He fought Faber Gurgel in the finals.
That was crazy,
And they went forever, right?
Yeah,
in the fights.
half an hour fight.
Something like that,
half an hour match.
You know, Faber Gurgel invited Mark Kerr to his house after the next day or whatever.
Yeah, what happened that time was Mark, like, that fight, because it was 3 fights in the night. So Mark, I think, like, when he punched Hook, he blows Hook stuff. So the because it was better knuckle, right? So the tooth, like, in fact, Mark
bare knuckle Valutudo.
Yeah,
no
it was
rules.
a better knuckle. 3 fights in the night.
Headbutts,
3 fights in the night, everything. Yeah. So when he punched a Hook, his tooth like make a cut. So that get infect. So he still fight Fabio, you know, and go out through a war, like 30 minutes war. But the next day, his hand swelled so bad because the infection in the tooth, right? So he doesn't know what to do. So he called Fabio, and Fabio has a cousin there that was a doctor that could connect him to the other doctors in Brazil. So that's when he invited, hey, come here, and they're going to take you to the doctor. Okay, yeah, that's what happened. So he took him to the doctor to check his hand because he need to fly, like I think a few days after to the United States. But the guy said, I don't know if you want to shoot the flight today because your hand's like this. Right? But he took it, you know. So Markel was very thankful to Fabio to helping him doing that, you know. Even if they have the blood the day before, but the good thing about Fabio, man, Fabio always was professional. I mean, unfortunately, life took us different path, right? He's my mentor, like, since white belt. I mean, pretty much his first black belt. So life took us different path. But one thing that he's professional. I mean, he's a very professional. He's a man in his word. I mean, everything he tells you he's gonna do, he does. So that's one thing that he's professional. He see the fight's professional. That was a professional attitude for him. I mean, he didn't see Marquez as a just opponent. I mean, but he's a guy. He's doing your job,
right?
man. Yeah, doing your job. And after could be you, could be me. I mean, and Fabio, he has a big heart. I mean, he's a big dog, but has a big heart. I mean, and he's a professional. You know, he put himself in the other side. What about if it was me? I mean, and he suffered this contusion. He broke his leg, so he know what it is being hurt for a fight. So he kind of extended his hand and helped Mark.
Yeah, Mark. Yeah, Mark, what I remember Mark Kerr telling me was that just, Fabio Gurgel invited him over and he showed him like respect, like the way he treated him was like that's what he remembered, the respect, and then kind of the way he treated him, because before that it was like a beginning times of jiu-jitsu were better than everybody. That was the attitude, right? And that's when they nicknamed him the Smashing Machine, right? Isn't it crazy? They're making the movie with The Rock right now.
Yeah,
the
I see that.
Machine.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's an amazing. But Fabio's very professional, man. That's one thing that he's a guy that does everything like right now.
Yeah. So coming back to the U.S., back in the early days, we're talking about the challenges, right? With the challenges with things, there weren't a lot of tournaments. Were some of the other things that was, it was before the UFC became popular. Before people knew what jiu-jitsu really was, unless they watched those early UFCs with Horace Gracie and that, right?
Yeah.
So, because I remember my challenges when I started my gym in 2000, right? Yeah. So it was like, you were educating people. Yeah. I was giving them VHS tapes of Gracie in action.
I need to come in there and invite for a free class. I mean, show them jiu-jitsu, show them, hey, man, he's not going to walk that door and get mauling, We're going to help you walk through, you're going to learn this self-defense. I mean, when a situation that happens in the street, people grab you, people throw you on the ground, how you going to protect yourself. I mean, so pretty much pass flyers, and trying to get people at the door and educating him about the sports, and they see that, okay, that's not something they're too crazy. I mean, it's not they're gonna need to sparring like boxing. You're gonna get punching after 4 or 5 months training. Sometimes people put for sparring, punch each other heads. I mean, so they have no strike, no kicks. It's just a joint manipulation. It's like chokes. I mean, you can always tap to stop. I mean, so you don't need to get hurt. I mean, you can play safe. I mean, so that was a big challenge, to educating people. Because everybody thought it was karate. Oh, you do karate. You do karate. No, I don't do karate. I do jiu-jitsu. What? What is this? So, so that was fun part. Yeah. Fun time.
And then the UFC, right? They had the Ultimate Fighter show. Yeah. And then the UFC got bigger, right? And then now it's like huge. Now it's on mainstream media. It's one of the mainstream sports, right?
Yeah. It's growing like crazy, And today it's a lot easier to people recognize jiu-jitsu, because all the UFC fighters, I really believe they need to have that ground fighting, wrestling or jiu-jitsu. They need to have the striking. So it's pretty much, I see the kickboxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu being the 3 best martial arts for becoming the guy more round fighter. I mean, so all my fighters, I tell the guys, hey, man, you need to train at least these 3 styles. I mean, or something like, if you don't like boxing, at least a karate, like a striking karate, something like that give you a decent stand-up. I mean, and the takedown, you need to have the wrestling. You need to know how to put people against the cage, taking down, or you take down the middle. I mean, on the ground, you need to know sambo, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. You need to have that combination. I mean, so I see really the big 3 martial arts. I would say, if I would choose today, it would be jiu-jitsu, wrestling, and kickboxing. I mean, I need to have that 3 combinations. I mean, know how to put together, So I think become more round fighter. But the publicity we get today, Joe Rogan, I have all the time. I have people walk my door. Hey, I saw John Rogan, Joko is our guy that people mention too. Like his daughter training for us in Slow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's training for us. She's tough.
No
she's a tough. Man, she's so tough girl. She started there in Slow with Lovato, one of my affiliate schools there, Lovato and Mallory. So she started because I think she went to Cal Poly, and Joko brought her to the academy. And she trained there for a long time, and she's tough as hell. And now she went back to San Diego, so now she's back with her daddy.
Competing,
Yeah, now she's teaching at Victory, So she's doing very well in the Victory, But tough girl, that tough mentality. I mean, that one time I think she was white belt, blue belt. She went to this tournament, and unfortunately she choked this girl, and the referee did not see it. And I was seeing the girls out, and I thought, man, she's out, take her out. But the referee didn't tell her to stop, so she choking. And then one time I need to go there and take her out. Me say, stop. And the referee, oh, what happened? And the girl took a while. They go come back and she's get all conservative. Oh my gosh, I think I killed the girl, but it's not your fault. I mean, the referee should stop. But luckily she went over there. It took a little while for I think she go over. She, oh my gosh, I think I hurt this girl. She's a tough girl. Yeah. She's gonna do good. She's gonna be a big power now. I think the women division soon.
Yeah. There you're talking about the just the different tournaments. Like back in the day, there weren't that many tournaments. We had the Pans, like the Worlds was in Brazil, but they had the Pans. What are the tournaments that they had? The U.S. Open, right, with Claudio França?
They have back in the day, United States was more, if I'm not completely wrong, it was USA Open. Joe Moreira used to put some the inland tournament. I think they used to call inland tournaments. They used to put in. He did some tournaments, and after Kleber, Copa Pacifica was an old school one too that have a long time. So was Copa, was Joe Moreira tournaments, Claudio França tournaments. Romeo Dunbar used to put some tournaments too, especially for kids. He did some good tournaments for kids back in the day. He stopped now, but he did some good tournaments for kids too. So it was the tournaments I see more.
I don't even remember too many kids tournaments back in the day.
No, it wasn't a lot of the only one that specialized more in the. I mean, Copa used to have kids, a little bit of kids. Okay. But John Moreira, I don't think he has a lot of kids tournament. It was more adults.
Yeah, it was adults. He has a lot of kids. And back when I first started competing, they didn't even have white belt divisions. Yeah. Was that always the case in Brazil too?
Brazil, they stopped white belt pretty soon too. It was more blue belt over because it wasn't like black belt. I got my blue belt in 4 months of training. So I was pretty much go to the academy, learn something, go to blue belt. And now you take a blue belt like 3-5 years. Since I have blue belt 5 years blue belt. But white belt was just to learn the basic. Like after 2-3 months, if you train every day, it was already blue belt. Yeah. But so it was like Romeo Dunbar, I think, was the big. I don't know if you remember, he used to do Rancho Cucamonga tournaments. He used to give you bikes for the kids and all that stuff. So he got a lot of kids competing for him there. So it was a cool tournament for the kids. Yeah. Up north, because I'm the Central Coast, so I was luckily enough that I could support the North tournaments and the South tournaments pretty well for me because we were kind of halfway to both, So up north used to be Claudio França, like Charles Gracie did a few tournaments up there too. Charles Gracie put up some tournaments there, but not many years. So he was the one did it before. But I would say just Claudio França and Joe Moreira was the biggest ones first before Carlinhos started coming in Kleber. I think Kleber has 24 tournaments now, 2050 Copa Pacifica, something like that. Wow. So he's been doing it for a long time too.
Yeah. I remember. I did a Copa Pacifica one
time. Yeah, he did some got some crazy fights and have a Bill.
Hey, come out of here. Okay.
Have Bill in Crown too. Remember the one? Bill in Crown Gracie was a war too.
Lovato and what was it?
Some good fights.
And then one of the Gracies, Hiron or one of
them. I think it was I think it was Hiro Henner. Macaco, yeah. Some good fights back in the day too.
Because there weren't that many tournaments, so all the best guys competed in them.
Yeah. Some good super fights.
Yeah. And then the UFC was kind of still, the early 2000s, but after the Ultimate Fighter thing started to move, right?
I think in 2003, the UFC started having a big boom on, after almost when big media started to come more,
The Ultimate Fight, right? 2005.
Yeah, when they had the Ultimate Fight, I think that's when it started really people who recognize more and everything.
Spike TV, remember Spike TV?
Yeah, when Spike TV brought up, that's becoming more mainstream, that was I think the big difference that people start to, you do UFC fighter, you UFC fighter. I said, no, I'm doing grappling. You look like UFC fighter. Yeah, we train some guys for that, but we're not. So I'm more grappling at the school.
Yeah, we were talking also about gi and no gi and MMA and just the Jacques Reyes school, right? Like everybody being well rounded, right?
Yeah,
jiu-jitsu and
I think everybody. I think the jiu-jitsu that they're learning in the alliance, the Jacaré lineage was. We see our styles. We have everybody. We have guys like Travin that was very good guard. And have Fabio that was smash pass. And after have Leozinho that very dynamic jiu-jitsu like crazy. So everybody develop a different jiu-jitsu. Some schools I see they have the same style. Guys, this guy just do this. The guy just do. pass the guard this way, or this guy just more close guard. You know the guy's gonna pull guard, just do spider guard, and that's cool. I mean, so some school you can really see, I mean, everybody doing the same game. You know what I mean? And the good thing about, I think, like Jacaré Real is exposure us for different games. I mean, and they let us to develop the game that you feel more comfortable. I mean, so it's kind of hard to say, oh, this guy from Alliance played this way. I mean.
Yeah, no, well-rounded.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Yeah, you see guys playing different games. I mean, like a different, like, I mean, we see guys like everybody play top, bottom. He always tells us, look, you need to find the comfortable in the uncomfortable. I mean, so what else you're going to need to figure out how to get out there. So it's like explore everything. I mean, because one time you're going to be in that position, you need to know how to protect. Even if you're not going to do, but you need to know what's going to come.
Yeah. And
how you're going to defend that. Even if it not be your game, you need to know how to defend betting ball. I mean, even if you don't do betting ball, I mean, you need at least like know how to avoid that game. I mean, trying to make your game be the one prevail. I mean, so like he was very open minded for that since back then. I mean, so I think that's everybody has different game. I mean, you see guys like Bruno Malfacini. I mean, all these guys from Alliance. I mean, back in the 30, everybody. I mean, it's different game. I mean,
yeah, well-rounded, different styles, complete different styles.
Yeah,
game changers.
Yeah.
So you had we had talked a little bit before also. But talked a lot. Paul Walker and how he started. You know how he started with you and could you say a few words like because you trained with you for a while, right?
Yeah. I was teaching Santa Barbara, so he moved to Santa Barbara and Seth. I used to train with Jean-Jacques. I know Paul. I think Paul went to. You know Paul from the city thing, like he met Paul and Paul I think
from the city.
From Santa Barbara City. I'm not sure.
Gotcha.
I'm not sure how they met, no, but I'm not sure if it was the club or something. They met. They ended getting together, and Seth mentioned to him, "Oh, I train for Franjinha here in town." I mean, so he come by and call me. He called me, say, "I want to check it out." So he come in the academy, you know, and it's fun because I didn't know who he was. And he said, "Oh, fuck, do a private." Okay, do a private. So after, like, he told me, "Oh, I'm Paul Walker," and so Seth told me,
Fast and the Furious.
And he's the guy doing the Fast and Furious. I said, "Oh, really? Oh, that's cool." I'm not. I wasn't, to be honest with you, I wasn't like into his move too much because I don't like too much like speed cars stuff like that. You know? But anyway, you know, I start teaching him, and he's falling in love, you know what I mean? And he really liked this sport, and he want to kind of be like I have the opportunity to go some like a movie sets with him, you know what I mean? And he always fighting with the directors to try to put some jiu-jitsu scene in the movies, you know what I mean? Because he want to be like kind of the ambassador of the sports, I mean. And he like on the last UFC, I think it was the last Fast and Furious 7, or they were just shooting. He told me one time that was went to have a lunch, you know, after his shooting, you know, and he told me, "Man, my goal, I mean, a few more years, I mean, I want to be recognized by when my movies, my car movies, you know, the races, I mean, and also." They started doing some movies like a parkour, yeah. So he met David Bain in Canada, that was doing the Fast and Furious 7. So he kind of fell in love with the parkour too. So he said, "Man, I like that. Well, it's cool, man. It's like all this jumping, all this like these crazy techniques to jump in buildings and the rolls. You don't get hurt." I mean, so he said, I wanted to do some of my future movies as well. I mean, in the jiu-jitsu, he always start to put in like some movies in there, some scenes like they want to do on bars. I think like another movie I did for him that was a very famous movie was Life and Death of Bobby Z. He put like a triangle, the guy on the trailer, find the trailer, put him against the stove, and he got the guy in triangle on bar. I mean, so he always want to put some stuff in the movie, you know, like related to jiu-jitsu. But I always have this fight with the directors because they want, "Oh man, no, hey, you need to put Bruce Lee style things, punching, kicking, jumping like the wall." And he said, "Man, I want to bring more like MMA style, more realistic fighting, you know." I think he has that vision. It's like
he would always go to the UFCs and stuff too.
Yeah,
right?
He has that vision. That he want to. I mean, MMA is gonna get big, so he has that vision. They say, "I want to put real thing on the scene." I mean, for people to start get educated about the fight. I mean, it's not like so much this Bruce Lee style anymore. That doesn't work in the real fight. So he want to. I mean, it's not that doesn't work. I mean, but like it's hard. I mean, he just want to bring the realistic movies to his movie. You know what I mean? So that was his goal. I mean, but unfortunately, he passed away, but he was really in love with the sports. He wanted to be an ambassador of the sports, I mean, and trying to put us up there. I mean, but unfortunately, at the time, it got short.
Yeah.
And he was a nice guy, too. I mean, he taught me so many things. I mean, like, he taught me being his life, I mean, having him in my life, and just show me that, I mean, like, the work's not everything, you know what I mean? I didn't know he'd do all this, like like foundation that he has. I mean,
philanthropy.
Yeah, all the philanthropy that he has, like 3-4 years after I met him. I mean, he never mentioned to me, you know, but he always working on his side. I mean, he never told me, hey, I need to do this, I do this, I do that. No. After like I start to know him more, they start to see what he's doing more. I said, man, this guy's he's amazing. You know, he always like looking to help people. You know, he always looking to pay forward. You know, to all his friends. I mean, luckily after I met him more, like we can hang out, like see guys that he helped like from his childhood. You know, to be in this. I mean, he brought pretty much all his friends to work with him. You know, the guys were responsible for the back set, you know, to put all the things together. I mean, so he put everybody in different tribes. I mean, they were his friends since like a childhood he has together. I mean, and trying to
brings
grow
people
together.
Yeah.
One thing he found, man, he used to be a UPS guy.
Oh yeah.
He told me, man, hey, you know this brown truck? I used to work with this brown truck. I said, oh really? I said, yeah, man. I was UPS guy. I really I said, yeah, I did work for UPS a little bit. I said, man, that's crazy. See how life it is. I mean, like you need to follow your dreams. I mean, so it was pretty cool, man. And like I said, I mean, he's like an amazing guy, you know. And unfortunately, there, like, I mean, on the set, he was talking about like he want to stop. I mean, but he was such a good like soul guy. I mean, because I mentioned to him, Paul, man, you have enough money. I mean, you can stop work tomorrow. You don't need to work anymore. I mean, just enjoy life, you know. He was very happy because his daughter was moving. It was the first year his daughter moved to Santa Barbara to live with him, because he got this daughter with another woman, you know, that they used to live in Hawaii. And he was stoked that she moved to Santa Barbara, decided to stay 1 year with him. You know, so he was, man, my daughter's going to come and live in Santa Barbara. You know, so he was participating the more he could, you know, go to schools or stuff like that with her, you know what I mean? And she was in Canada with us, and he told me, man, I don't want to sign up for because they were there doing the 7. They want, hey, you need to sign up for the 8, 9, and 10. I mean, they
for the movie.
Yeah, they want to close the deal, so they were pushing to sign. He said, "Oh no, I want to take a break. I don't know if I want to do that or not now." He was mentioned to me, you know, the side. I said, "I think I'm going to take a little break to enjoy my daughter." And she's like, me talk to him, say, "Oh no, Dad, I can do homeschool. I can go with you." And I told him, "Why you don't stop? Right? You have enough money. You don't need any more money." You know what I mean? And he just told me, "Man, but Franjinha, look, how many people? I mean, like how many people like the Fast and Furious family, I mean, support. I mean, it's not just me.
All the employees, all the people.
All the people that follow there, you know. And after it makes sense for me, I say, yeah, it's really man. It's kind of little like a snowball. I mean, getting big and big. I mean, it's like an avalanche. I mean, start small and getting big and
worldwide,
big.
Right? Worldwide.
Yeah, and he told me, all these people depends on me doing the movie. All these people depend on me. On us to keep it going, the franchise. I mean, that's like, imagine this guy that do this, the backstage, this guy do this guy do that, this guy do that, this guy's gonna possibly be unemployment tomorrow. I mean, so he always worried about that. I mean, but I told him, yeah, I mean, but life is too short too. I mean, unfortunately that happened. I mean, and that's all. I mean, after all the conversation, I see today the franchise is still going for him. So it just proved me that, man, you cannot like you're trying to live people's life all the time too. I mean, you need to live your life as well. I mean, because the franchise keep it going. Probably not the same. I don't know if they're going to keep surviving or not.
If it wouldn't have been the same if he was still around, it wouldn't
probably would be a lot better. I mean, but it's still going. I mean, but just sometimes it just make me understand that money is not everything. I mean, and I know his daughter going to give all the money he left for her. She would give away to having him back. I mean, so that just from me, I mean, being his friend taught me that. I mean, the money is not everything. Doesn't matter how much money you have, it never is going to be enough. I mean, doesn't matter if you have 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 100 million, like, I mean, what else he has, I mean, all this property, all this, I mean, the family be the way he was, I mean, and just like, it's not everything. I mean, it's just like make me think about, man, it's like a mouse. I mean, it's a trap. I mean, like you keep working. You need more money, more things. Man, you need to live life as well. I mean,
enjoy life.
Yeah. So
one of the things I appreciate going back to, I want to go back to you, like your coaching. You know, is just you've been like down to earth, your lineage and your jiu-jitsu, like as a coach. But one of the things I appreciated about you is you're always like down to earth. You know.
Yeah.
Like you never, I'm stuck up or you know, I'm better than you.
Yeah.
Even the earlier days, you know, because there was like even like between Americans and Brazilians were like very like elitist, you know. But you're always down to earth. From the early days. And I remember that. I remember that. You're always down to earth, you know. And treated everybody with respect and that and then I just see you as a coach, you know, like we have Jeff Glover behind you in the painting, right? And all your kids, you know. And just your mindset and how you approach like being a coach, you know, like even now with the UFC and
Yeah.
you coaching
Tabata, yeah.
Tabata, you know,
Yeah.
and wanting what's best for them, not like what's best for you, but
Yeah.
like trying to set her up for success, you know,
Yeah.
just that mindset. Could,
Yeah. Yeah. After, I mean, being a coach, I think for me, being a coach is like, it's kind of trying to be the mentor, you know, like pass the knowledge that I have for the people, but not just the
Pass the
knowledge,
knowledge, yeah.
just not the knowledge on the mat, no, but the knowledge overall, the life. I mean, like you mentioned, I have like luckily, you know, I have these people that God put in my path that taught me a lot too. You know what I mean, like Paul and the other guys that I met, you know, and like you mentioned, I mean, to be a Brazilian teaching Americans here, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just so grateful, like I mentioned to you, for this country, you know, to the country give me what the country gave me, the opportunity to be here, you know. So for me to represent America and trying to have Americans like being the top not competitors, I mean, ours was a pleasure. I mean, I would be proud to have that, to be recognized, to have that recognition, you know? So I think it's just like it's like my way to be grateful for the country that embraced me, the country that built my family. I mean, all my 3 kids, they're American. They're born here. They're American. I mean, so I'm just thankful. I mean, to the opportunity I have here. I mean, so to embrace the country, embrace the culture, you know, and have to try to make America good. I mean,
yeah, I was just like you talking about I was talking about you know, just you, like being a coach, being the best coach. You're just how you treat, how you talk about, you know, how you talk about Jeff. I mentioned Glef, and you're always just talking so well about them, you know.
yeah,
And always trying to do what's best for them, not just even in the tournaments, but just in life. You want them all to do well, like build a grill, the Kruper, and just, you know, I just think that's really shows you who you are as a person.
yeah. I mean, I believe in, like, in my work. I believe that. I mean, I think everybody need to believe what you do. You know what I mean? And today people talk to me and say, "Hey man, some of your guys, I mean, they become your competitor. They teach in the same town that you teach, you know." And I said, "Look, man, from me today, I feel that like a gift. You know what I mean? I don't feel that like a competitor guy. I mean, I wish them the best. I mean, like Bill today has a school in Santa Barbara that's less than probably like 4 miles from my school. And I mean, and he's still teaching my school and have his own school, and he's still teaching 2 classes a week in my school. I mean, because I can help him. I mean, so like, why am I gonna be jealous? I mean, that he's doing well. I mean, I want to see him doing like 200 students, 300 students there. I mean, you want to cross training, you know, you want to do stuff like that. So I don't see the competition as a bad thing. I think the competition always make you move. I mean, always take you off from your comfortable zone. I mean, so I just see that as a more challenge for me. I mean, more things that I need to be there. I need to put more time. I need to do what I like to do. I mean, and it's so good to see them be successful. I mean, I think this is, we talked before, as you being a mentor. I mean, that's my job. I mean, I wanna give the best to my students. I wanna give the best I can. I mean, the guys, it doesn't matter if you pay me or not, but I see it just as a product, right? So if you pay me to do my job, I'm gonna give the best job I can for you. I'm not gonna do a job halfway. I mean, so it doesn't matter what job I did. Even on delivery pizza, I want to be the best delivery pizza. I mean, I was the best guy in the pizza. I wouldn't deliver more pizza than they. I mean, the guy told me when I left, the guy was crying. I mean, because I said, "Man, you deliver like 25, 50 pizzas like in one day." I said, "Yeah, man." I mean, I always do the. I mean, I tell my kids, "Man, do the job right." I mean, don't do the job halfway. I mean, so if the guys pay me for me to teach them jiu-jitsu, I'm gonna do the best I can for them. I mean, and even if the ones don't pay, but I choose them for teach, I'm gonna give my heart for them as well. I mean, that was the case for Jeff and Bill, you know, that I sponsor them. It's the guys that I want their succeed. I mean, I want them to have tomorrow. If they want to have their job, jiu-jitsu is gonna be their job. I'm gonna be there to help them to be the best jiu-jitsu teacher they can be as well. I mean, so I'm so glad. A lot of my association schools, the guys that come from me for lower belts, I mean, they become my black belts and they open their school. So I cannot be more thankful than that. I mean, pretty much all my association guys like that. I don't think I have like one association guy that come black belt from me becoming my black me. All the guys was at least brown belt. I mean, I don't think I have any black belt come from other schools. Oh, I want to associate to you. I mean,
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, all the guys I had was guys that come from me, white belt, blue belt, me all the way to black belt. Now they want to represent Paragon. They want to keep their lineage. You know, they want to keep their family. You know, it's like, man, that's the best way to grow. I mean, I don't look for have 300 schools, 600 schools. I'm happy for what else we have and what else you grow.
Be connected, yeah.
I just want to be connect. Everybody has the same vibe. Everybody grow together. You know, everybody help each other to improve. You know what I mean, and it's just so cool to see guys like I mentioned to you earlier, the guys from Arizona. Today, they be the best team in Arizona, you know what I mean? And they have, 2 schools now. They have 5 years. They have another. We have one school with Manny first. Manny was my first guy there, police officer guy. He has a dream to have a school, so he come to me, call me, hey man, I want to associate to you. What I need to do? He flew me there. He has this school, man. It was probably 400 square footage school, very small. I said, man, I think you need to get a bigger school. Believe you're gonna do good. He did. Today has a badass school. Now 2 or 3 black belts under him. Open another school. So it's everybody paying each other forward. But make them believe in the dream. Make them believe sometimes more in them than they believe in themselves. Because a lot of times people, they have, this doubt. Oh, should I do that? I'm gonna be successful or not? I say, man, do it. You that's your dream. That's what you want to do. Do it.
Go for it.
Just go for it. Don't hesitate. And go for it. Like Philip, the same thing. He used to work for AT&T, and I said, man, you're not happy with your job. You want to follow jiu-jitsu. You want to do jiu-jitsu. Open the school, man. Believe it. Do it. And he did. Today he has one of the best a kids team in Arizona. It's killing.
Awesome. Awesome.
It's because he does it for love. It's man, no wrong. If you do it for love, if you do it, you wake up every morning and want to do that, you're gonna be successful. Yeah. Believe it, and do it.
I was gonna ask you what is the people ask what does success mean? What does success mean to you? In your life, what does success mean?
I think the thing I mentioned to you now is just wake up every day and do the thing you love to do. I think that's you'll be happy. That's when you say, man, I'm rich. I'm rich because I do what I like to do. I don't need to do the thing for this paycheck. I don't need to live paycheck by paycheck. I do what I love to do. And I think the results, the recognition, it doesn't matter what you do. The money's gonna come. People are gonna recognize me. People are going to give you some support. But I think the most important thing, be happy. I think the happiness is the best thing. I think that's what success means. Be happy and do what you like to do. And be grateful. Have great story for your life. Be grateful to God to wake up every day. Every day you wake up, you can start over. So it doesn't matter what your life is today. Remember, tomorrow you're going to have another chance to start again. So if you be miserable today, tomorrow, you can start again and build again. You just believe you can rebuild again. Every day is a new chance. When you're done, you're done.
Well said. Well said. Yeah. How can people find you?
They can find me pretty much Instagram, Paragon BJJ. Okay, we have a website for the association that's paragonbjj.com. Okay, but most of the time I'm more Instagram. Paragon BJJ would be the best way to hit me straight, and usually I'm there to answer any question you guys have.
Thank you, man.
My pleasure, man. Thanks so much, man. Thanks for having me. Yeah, my pleasure.